So we've been working on this for a few days now, off and on. So yesterday we were able to install the water tank, the valve, and the line. We were able to install the wire and the emergency stop. Put the cable in for the water shut-off, which controls the water flow. And we're installing the guide. Audrey comes over here. Blade guide. And we're going to start working on the ceramics. And we also installed the handle for to raise and lower the saw head. So we're just going to keep working on this slowly. So we're just putting a little anti-seize on these bolts that slide into the ceramic guides and the holders, just to prevent any jamming of the bolts. So if ever we need to readjust this, which we definitely will, when we go to undo it, the bolts will be able to move freely. And then I'll take a rag and clean off all this excess to make it nice and clean. And also we'll do the Allen bolt here in the bottom for the rear ceramic. I like to make sure that you get it right into the bottom of the threads. That way you're removing any risk of it jamming, or seizing up, I guess the word is. Oops.
And you're already done this one.
That's right.
So they'll be ready to put on.
As you can see, I'm not left-handed. I have a little more trouble with that. So anyhow, we'll just keep going at this and we'll put them on. Then we'll readjust the distance between the ceramics. They give you a guide here. This is the guide plate to use to slide between the ceramics. And you got to keep it flush at the bottom and adjust it from there. So that's what we're up to. So as you can see here, I have in my hand the plate for adjusting the ceramic guides. And there's a notch in this one right here on this side. And that's for adjusting the rear ceramic. You slide that in here. You allow space for the guide to pass, and that you'll be able to bring, I don't know if Audrey can see that, you bring this up against your rear guide, push it against the rear wall of the plate, of the bracket, and push your guide to the front, your ceramic guide here from the rear, and then you're able to adjust it. Put your finger in the back of it, place your Allen key in here, and then just snug it up. That's all there's to it. So you have a little bit of loose here to allow the blade to pass. You're up against your other guide. Your guide is actually, I'm sorry, up against the ceramic and giving you the correct adjustment from the rear here. That adjustment is the same as here. So that's how you adjust your guides.
So what's that knob for?
That's for the guide protect. We haven't got on there yet, but it goes across here in front. We'll be putting that on in a few minutes. These are our shafts that go through here. And so that they don't jam up or whatever, we're going to put a little of this on.
Anti-seize.
This piece fits together like this. This will slide in here. Ceramic guide slides in there. We'll get a wrench, we'll tighten that in. And that'll be adjusted here. Then we can adjust the height up and down. And then on these here Allen key bolts here, we adjust the distance we need it to be in and out from the body to the blade.
Well greased.
That's greased, ready to go in.
Okay. Is it a tight fit or?
No, just slides in there.
Okay, so now we're going to look in our book and see what pieces go on next.
Yeah, which bolts go where and everything. So as you're installing the blade tensioner, you want to remember you put in your plates, your Allen bolts, and your pin. Don't forget your cotter pins in the bottom, here and here. And then we get to greasing the actual bolt that adjusts the tension. When you get the shims, the 101 and the 102, the 101 is the longest one. According to the manual, it goes in first. And then a 102 goes in after. And after that, we install the large spring over top of it. Now we're going to keep assembling it as the book requires. Bracket for the battery box.
Yeah. On my impact. There it is.
There you go. That's the template they give you.
So the battery box is now screwed down to its bracket. So with the little help of a pulley system, and I managed to slip up the motor on this board and got it into place. And John operated the winch of the Rhino. So it's in place, and now we're ready to bolt it down and place everything.
So if you follow the instructions on the assembly of the head, you're supposed to insert these shafts before you put the covers on. And that would mean you'd have to enlarge these holes. So I removed the shaft to make it easier, and now we'll be able to reassemble it. Otherwise, when you go to assemble it, the hole here, the diameter of the hole, the washer here will not pass. So rather than damage the covers, and by enlarging them, we just simply remove the shaft. Now we're going to reinstall it and align up our covers, our cases. So we aligned it with our square. Wonder this one get past here. I use my square to line it up like so. And then down here the same. And as well, I checked it like this. Make sure we're fairly level. And when we're installing this, don't forget to put a few washers here and there. And this one here is all 4 of them.
In the slotted holes.
Yeah, in the slotted holes. And on these 2 bolts, where the engine bolts into the engine, don't forget to install the heat shield from the exhaust to the cover. So we're going to put on our idler and keep assembling the wheels and everything.
they seem to be good and tight. There we go.
One more over here and that's it.
Yeah. Here she is.
There you go, good job.
Good and tight. So all the latches are on the back shield.
Bolts are all in. Now we'll put the, or we should say prepare the front covers. Get
You
our,
have to put your pulley clips in first?
no, we can put our pulleys on and everything, but we'll get our covers all set up.
Okay.
So we're going to work on getting our covers all set up. And then we'll go ahead and put the pulleys on and get that all lined up, because that's going to take a little while. So that's what we're going to do today.
Okay. Good?
Yep.
Okay. You got your screw?
No.
Put it in the,
I can't see with your hand.
here, let me put it in your, okay.
I can't see.
Okay. Whoa, that's hard to hold.
I'm going to get a pair of pliers.
Yeah. Where's those channel locks? You got it, or
No.
too hard to hold, eh?
Yeah.
Ah, here's some channel locks.
Do we put it at this end or the other end, do you think?
I don't know how tight you want to,
Put the cover in, put it in
yeah,
the middle.
better put it loose for now.
Put it in the middle.
Yeah.
Too low there. Try and hold it in the middle there.
I can't hold it up.
There you go. So we'll show them that it's adjustable.
Okay. Where's the other one?
So if you look in here, these are adjustable. I'm going to try and put them in the middle. You can see here there's a slot. And that'll tighten the cover in or leave it looser. I'm going to try starting them off in the middle, see how that works. And if need be, I'll move them whichever way they have to go.
So we put all the little latches on, and we put the little notch towards the outside, so when you pull on the latch, it hooks and it stays on.
That looks pretty good.
Looks straight,
Yep,
so that's the way you like it,
that's what we're doing.
because you're a little bit fussy, eh?
Sometimes. Okay, so we're going to keep going.
No, there it is.
So when you're assembling this, you just simply start off with your carriage bolt. Place it in there. Put your threaded bolt in here. Your adjustable thing. Spacer. Yeah, they give you extra washers here to be able to shim the distance of this so it lines up with your other pulleys. That we'll have to see once we get everything assembled. Just tighten everything finger tight. Then we'll go over to the machine and install it.
Guess I'll have to screw this in because it has to go down. Open the top one.
Yeah. There we go. I'll tighten that in place. And then we'll be set to prepare to adjust the belts.
So what's next?
So we're going to put on our big pulleys. This is the clutch, pulleys, grease the pulleys, then align everything up.
Okay.
Allen key to fit that.
Okay. So we placed our pulleys. We got the flange. Now we have to tighten it on.
Well, what does it say? You gotta leave it out a touch and then tighten it?
I don't know, I didn't read the instructions. So that's the clutch installed. Now we have to tighten it.
So I'm installing my clutch here, if Audrey can show us. And I left it out just a little bit. I put my collar in the back, and I left a little space so when I put my bolt and my washer, that I have something to push up against, which will be this collar. So I'm going to remove my clutch now, without moving my collar in the rear. Curve the camera. Now I'm going to tighten my collar, then I'm going to reinstall my clutch. So I got the proper adjustment. Now I'm tightening my collar. There we go. Just with a little bit of a notch so that it can put a pressure against the collar and hold it in place. Put your bolt, your washer, you tighten her in. Then we'll line up the belt.
Trying to put a little tension on the tensioner.
Yeah, get the belt adjusted there, and then we'll get the saw blades on and see what it does.
How tight does this have to be?
Well, it's snug there, not tight. Okay, so we're going to keep working at it.
So we adjusted our wheels with a string, and we used the bolt on the side to push the wheel. The string wasn't touching here, and now I push the bolt, tighten the bolt on the side so the wheel comes and touches the string here, and John did the same on this side. The wheel wasn't touching, and now he adjusted the bolt so the wheel is touching the string.
So then where it goes through in the plastics.
We put the string through the hole. And also the idler is adjusted with that.
Everything's in line.
Everything seems to be lined up. So are we ready to put the band wheel, the saw blade on?
Yeah, saw blade's ready to go on.
Okay. That'll be next. So to get our cable for our throttle, we had to take off this cage off the muffler. And then John was able to reach down with the needle nose pliers and hook the cable onto the throttle control and tighten the screw on the other side.
To retain the cable.
Do you have to put the choke on? Or? The gas, is it on?
I just turned it on.
it's working.
So you satisfied with that now?
Yeah, I'm very happy and anxious to get a log on there.
So that's the build of a HD36V2 18 horsepower engine. That's the mill.
Ready to work now.